We're on to Fab Jan. He tries to send it out of the backhand. Poked in front. Burley got there first. And they're not happy with Ivan Fabjan digging at that puck. 2.7 to go, and we have a little bit of a brawl again at the end of a period. This is the hatred you expect between these two West Division rivals. Although now they're in the Western Conference. Started off the West Division. Oh, we have a little bit of a fight. We have a fight going over in the corner. Set Urzo Morzo going at it with Jack Penko. Couple of rights thrown. They're letting him go. Urzo Morzo, the helmet's a little bit off from Jack Penko. Urzo Morzo, now the helmet's fully off for Urzo Morzo. Penko throws a right. Gets a couple of shots down. Urzo Morzo, the smaller man, getting a couple of his own shots. Urzo Morzo, Penko, all right. Urzo Morzo, both off. Couple of punches thrown by Jack Penko. Penko again. Urzo Morzo is swing and miss. And finally, the Reds get in. And it's not game night if we don't have a big brawl.
Reach it in time. That one takes a big hop inside Duke's territory. Will Welton just got absolutely pitchforked by Chris Soares, and there's no call. Starting a Sting prospect. Now going to have a go with Will Welton, and Will Welton can't afford to go out of the lineup here, but he is going to take one glove off and give Soares a shot. And keep in mind the master in play too, so that's not a very pleasant experience.
Need a quick shot here. They do get one, but it's off a stick and wide. And the buzzer sounds end in the period, but we're not through yet, Matt.
Yeah, a lot of scrum back and forth there. Looks like the Callaway was the one that initially had his face washed.
Dorash won the draw cleanly for the Chargers. There's a point drive right on goal, and Alves stopped it. Alves is knocked down, and Alves is holding his head as though he's in pain. And now we've got players down. We've got a scrap. And that's Phil Roberto getting in there, taking the face mask, taking the helmet off. And he did not like that. Talk about jumping to your goaltender's defense there.
The Tigers are going to grab it there, and we're into the last minute of the period here. And now we've got a fight going on along the boards here, and that one is going to be Galiaza that's into it with his man. So Galias is going to be heading to the penalty box. Now we got another fight starting here with Shorman is going with his man. And we'll see what happens here. Shorman takes this man down to the ice.
Into the side. The buzzer goes. The Milton Menace, after trailing 3-0, have won the game 4-3 on an Alessandro Petrecchia goal, and now we have a line brawl to end the game. Natashak throwing some shots.
Oh, there's a fight going on in the corner right now. The linesman's trying to break them up.
Glenn Crandall might get extra for this. He came as a secondary in. He might be suspended for that.
And it was Bruskowitz who was originally part of this play. He got shoved and then shoved back.
Delayed penalty coming up against the Patriots. And now there's a fight at center ice. And this isn't good as it's the AP, Blaine Bassi.
Guys have just kind of feathered that pass in front of him. Final 25 seconds of the second period. Both teams looking for one last chance. Some more jostling in the Oakville bench. We're going to get a whistle back behind the play as it is Ward and it is Johnston having a go at it there.
Johnston's got to be careful here. You can see up here he got some fingers in the mask of Ward. So
we've already seen one player ejected for that here tonight.
Yes, we have, and I know Ward's watch for Ward to try and state that case.
Hawks will just keep control. As Roach takes a check as he was getting the puck, able to keep it in. And another big collision. And just like that, going right after him is Joint. Just throwing punches. And this is just broken loose here. It has gotten physical at the end. We saw the fight earlier in the first period. Saw some bombs being thrown there.
Romola out from behind his own net. Bernard with a huge hit on Bradshaw. They got some retaliation from Stevenson. Bradshaw, or Stevenson and Bernard, they get tangled up.
Patriots. Oh, there's a fight. De Silva throwing punches. They had this set up right off the draw. De Silva really unloading. I can't quite see who that is in the corner, but a couple of shots being thrown. So that's Holloway.
Holloway.
Jaden Holloway and the crowd here at the Madhouse, they know their team has lost. They love a fight.
He'll play it down. And Mallory and Kokovis there, a little late hit.
And here comes the fighting now. A really late hit after the whistle.
Runco.
We got a bit of a fight here.
Runco going at it with Matheson, and he's taken down. And a fight here on Friday Night SmackDown.
And they're pulling each other off street. And Keller Hope is still down. I'm not sure where he got hit. Now they're going to go. They got each other's cages. They're going to have it on. There they go. Street's helmet's off. He's got his Keller's helmet off. Throwing rights. Still tying left. Street's connected 2, 3. Street's got him good. Street's got him down. Street's hammering him. Oh, Street's taking that one to the bank. And Breckles is going to, McSorley's going to step in, the pushing and shoving. McSorley is mixing it up. I'm not sure with who. Jay Kelly, there it is. They're throwing around. Sorley goes down, gets back up. They're not done. Back and forth. Helmets are still on. They go down. The linesman step in. That was a pretty good tilt on both sides.
Parsons. Oh, that's a big hit up high, and Schoenecker seems to be okay, but here comes a fight with Sapon. Montgomery's going up to Sapon as well. There's multiple fights breaking out at the blue line. That one, I don't know if this is a warranted reaction coming out here. 2-on-1 Schoenecker trying to get his licks in too, but that was just an accidental hit. I don't think it was an intentional.
Reesbach, Adderslow gets it again. Wrist shot off the head of Noah, backing up and out of play. And now we got Narvikov and Cook. And Narvikov won't let go of Cook the shoulders, but that didn't stop him from getting a couple of shots in.
The Milton Men have a 2-1 lead. A low hit being thrown there as Higgs is in a wrestling match. That's Christian Yankola. And now Travis Hull's throwing fists. Oh, are we going to get another fight here? Hull knocks his man down. He's throwing punches on the ground. The crowd loving this, and we're going to get a line brawl here. There's Robinopoulos and Zingaro going hard at it right in front of that Patriots bench. Neither have their helmet off yet. And look, the referee's spilling up the other two as there's another fight. And now Hull, he's throwing punches, and he knocks his man down. Robinopoulos, his helmet's off. He throws a punch. Zingaro, oh, he goes down hard. And now Zingaro gets the takedown on Evan Robinopoulos, throwing extra punches. They're not done yet. Robinopoulos, his jersey is over his head. And finally, the referees are going to come break them up. Still punches being thrown by Adamo Zingaro on Evan Grabanopoulos, who's getting an earful from that Patriots bench.
Still have possession. Roach staying back, holding and shooting, and he had scored, but the play was whistled dead as there was a collision between Roach and Bruno as the fight is broken out. Fists are flying, the gloves have been dropped, and now Franchetti getting in there as well. Things are starting to break down here at the dunk as equipment is flying everywhere.
Oh, be wary. The Conley are at each other now. D'Amiglio. Wait, who is this? Is that D'Amiglio and Thanathakos now all tied up? Or Van Haverbeek. The gloves are off. The officials are between them. Now it goes no. That's Haverbeek. All tied up. Put into the corner. Pope. Once again, kept in by the new guy. And they're going to fight. Whoa. Conley just jumped him. Jumped Breckles. Breckles is down. And Conley is just all over him. I don't know what Breckles said to him.
Where it needs to get to. 48 seconds down, Cale Nelson. And that'll start something. Cale Nelson, and he'll draw some attention. And here we go, UFC Fight Night getting on in the corner here. And we got a line brawl. That's a little bit and here we go, we got a fight. We got a big fight here in the corner. Wow. Cale Nelson goes down. With a big 5-1 win, and just when you thought it was over, another fight breaks out here. Just when you thought it was over, another fight breaking out here, and Schneider telling his guys, just go. Another fight, and this game got really ugly in the last minute here. Another big brawl here. And Raiders can't even celebrate their win at the moment.
They're saying it was a late change, and with Patriots being the home team, North York's got to send out Kulikov, as it looks like he was trying to come to the bench late. Oh, we got a fight here. The students are going to love that. Franchetti in there. Bianco Fiores, they both go to the ground, and 150 students are on their feet. But there's going to be some extra disciplinary handed out after this one. Right off the draw, JJ Franchetti drops the miss.
He was looking for another penalty. We're in the last minute of play in regulation time. Under 1 minute remaining. Big, hard, heavy hit coming in from the Chargers. All kinds of penalties here as Grudner went down. And look out, they come up swinging.
Ellis waiting, flips it ahead. And now Soros and Ellis come together. Soros throws a punch. Ellis throws a punch. Both of them locked up. Ellis throwing rights. Soros trying to tackle him down to the ground. Soros with the left. Ellis counters with a right. Soros in with the left again. And Ellis takes them down. They're both locked up. Soros on top. One last punch for Ellis. And they'll both be separated.
Now near a month ago, Swaklinski forward, hitch lift, taken out, tough contact, and there will be something to answer for here as Beckett Hinchliff still down.
Yeah, he's down. He's hurt.
Knee on knee.
And now it's just turned into bedlam on the ice. We have a full-blown fight. Zach Doritos, that's a full-blown fight. Now we got a fight in the corner.
And Beckett Hinchliff able to get back to his feet, but certainly hurting there. Got submarined by the player coming across. I couldn't see.
Icing. They'll bring her back. Well, here we go. So Cores want to go. They got each other in a headlock.
Cut off. JJ Franceschetti has a man going to the net. It's Manza, and it hopped off his stick. And then a check into the boards by Andre Mondeau, who gets knocked over after the whistle. There's going to be multiple penalties coming after this. The initial one is going to go to Andre Mondeau for a check in the corner. Dawson Hederachi now is all tied up with Trevor Odell. And they're going to drop the gloves. Dawson Hederachi is taken down to the ice. He gets back up. They're still fighting in the corner. Hederachi ends up on top when it's all said and done. You could possibly have, as he nearly had to jump to get that one with the blade of his stick. Now Nicholson, he's going to drop the gloves of Zach Mascard, who delivers a big right hand and knocks Nicholson down to the ice. The second fight of the hockey game.
Adishak for Gagne. Quickly up for Tiki Damaso, and he's rocked. That's a headshot for sure. And now retaliation here. And there's going to be a lot of penalties coming up here, but a headshot to Lucas Tommaso. And now we got a fight in the corner. The gloves are dropped. Adishak going at it with Liberto. And lots of bodies. And it's going to take a while to figure things out here.
Fires it wide. And O'Donnell touches up. And I think O'Donnell's going to get a cross-checking call here, or he's going to get a headshot. And we're going to probably have a few fights. There's a minute left, minute 4 left, and we might have a little more extra as Fabjan's lining up. I think that's against Daniel York. You can see York has the size advantage on Fabjan. And there is a fight. Oh, they are going to start fighting. Grabanopoulos takes his man down. It's Grabanopoulos and David Green, and Grabanopoulos with the takedown. Gets a big round of applause here, not only from his teammates sitting upstairs, but the crowd here at the Madhouse.
Houghton and Barrett across the line. Houghton's going to cut in front, and he falls into the nets, and I think his stick broke as he tried to shoot it, and now Houghton gets jumped, even though he got knocked down. And it looks like Myatt banged his head on that, but Houghton had nowhere to go. He got knocked down into it, but the Toronto players jumped him anyway. And now Houghton had his helmet ripped off, and we've got helmets off of 2 Collingwood players. And there, Houghton just got cheap shotted around the referee, trying to keep the 2 of them apart. Blues have it now. Here's Houghton. Now he's got the empty net. That one's going to go in the middle of it. Scores! I don't think the Blues noticed the first time they dumped it down the ice, and now Eek gets jumped. Eagles went after Eek. Goalie gets it deep into the Collingwood zone. Pack will play it himself. He gets run over, and that's just going to empty it. Yeah. 4 Blues on top of him. There was no question that there was an intention to hit him there. At the bench, there's a discussion going back and forth, and the Blues are just upset. Johnson's going after Varga, and he's hitting him there. The goalie's at center ice. Pack and Myatt. And the 2 of them struggle at center ice. The referee's finally going to get to them. They get back up again. Myatt swinging, not making any connection. Gets one on the back shoulder. And the officials split them up.
Here in Milton. Great cause for the game, and just a great atmosphere as well. Gavin Sheehan going after Colin Maund for the hit. Now there's a fight. Maund and Gavin Sheehan, and the bigger Maund almost got taken down, and he does go down on the second attempt.
Macchione's getting into it as well.
Macchione, can't see who he's going with.
I believe that's O'Toole and Macchione.
O'Toole and Macchione, you're right. Oh, and a couple of shots by O'Toole with Macchione down.
And his jersey was over his head as well.
Hanging on that eighth spot, but they need some points. Clark gets bumped off the puck. They're going to Conley and Takedown. Yeah, they're going to go. Takedown's got some right hands going. Takedown, street. Conley all tied up, trying to rip the cage off. Both reaching for the cage. Couple of shots. Conley giving the shots. Telling the refs, telling the players get back. Conley, the helmet's off. Takedown's got some right hand bombs. Takedown, he's throwing them. He's pounded Conley. Conley's got to go down. He won't. Trying to get Takedown's helmet off. Rights, both helmets are off now. Linemen are stepping in. They're tired. Linemen have got to step in soon. Both guys are tired. There's a good little tilt.
Flyers. A late comeback. And look out now as after the whistle, some extra emotions being let out at the end here. Look out as Caden Foss and Matthew Monza, 2 superstars in the mix, and also in the corner you got Zingaro and Hamlin. So I'm sure there'll be some extra disciplinary dished out on them. Zingaro and Hamlin.
Safaris back for it. Now Phillips gets locked up. Well, Mitchell with a shove there. Mitchell wants a piece of Phillips, and now the official gets taken down in the process. Here we go. Carrier in a battle with Graziano. The official down as Phillips went right in after Mitchell wanted to come back for seconds. Wilson's grabbed the man. Graziano still holding tight on Carrier, and now they're starting to throw. Wilson and Safaris together. Graziano trying to drag his man down. Graziano with the right, another right by Carrier. Graziano again with the right over the top, another left by Carrier. Graziano, jersey grab. Carrier in with the left, a right by Graziano, a right by Carrier, and down they go. Fight night at the pond. Oh, wow, mercy.
see what happens here in the final couple of seconds as time expires. Duza backing away from things. Now Pitt's going to go at it. O'Grady and Durnan are going at it as well. Fowler jumps into the pile. O'Grady without a helmet at this point in time as Durnan drives him down to the ice. They've both gone without lids now, and Durnan's throwing punches now on O'Grady, just swinging away and driving O'Grady down to the ice.
Big hit there, throw, and that's going to be a penalty along the right boards, and now a wrestling match will ensue. Bunch of bodies involved there, and Sasha Trudell and Riley Pope may have a go of it here. Gloves are off, and there is going to be a scrap between 27 in the off-white and 22 in the black. Riley Pope, look out. Boy, he had to make sure that head didn't smash against the ice, but Sasha Trudell takes him down. Score the TKO. Flipped in softly by Corey Jewett. Back to Safaris, blind pass looking out in front for DePaulo. That's again going to be disconnected, and then a hard hit thrown away. Safaris and Wasselin going to go at each other. They want to drop the gloves. There might be a second fight in 2 games for the Dukes, and Joey Wasselin does not want to go. Safaris wants to have a little tete-a-tete with him, and Joey Wasselin is making it very clear he does not want to gain the 5-minute major and a game misconduct and also potential suspension on it. Now they're letting them go, though, which is the funniest part about this. Dimitri Safaris is fully committed to this bout.
Zirko takes into the corner, swinging around behind the net with Johnson all over in front, loose bouncing puck. Oh, that's a dangerous second shot. Pope, big hit in front, penalty coming here, and they're all tied up. That's Pope, gloves are off. They're going to go. That's Shorman and Pope. Lineman got to step in. Pope saw him coming is what started it. Shorman came at him. Pope got a stick up. And then that was it. Game is on, and they're going at it. So Shorman.
Out in front, bounced off a couple players, and huge hit there. Look out as there's a big pileup down here in the corner. Excuse me. Driscoll went at Costello. And now McDougall is still tied up with O'Toole. Costello gives a shove to Sheehan. O'Toole has just been asked to leave. Now Jonathan Meade will stand in against Julian Mandarino. And the quick takedown, and I wonder if that's not why Meade went and stood exactly where he did. Costello gives a two-hand chop to Tremble, and then Costello's going to grab the face mask. And look out here, Tremble wants nothing of this. And Joe Washkirk is giving it to Connor Mallon again. This is going to end up in front of the Mississauga bench.
Mascard to come onto the ice. And now we're going to get a fight here behind the play, and it's going to be Emil Obsfelder who's going toe-to-toe with Demiglio. Obsfelder laying some big right hands and finally takes down Demiglio.
That hits the goaltender in front. Rebound. McIntosh ran into Wilson. He gets knocked down. Young takes down Prado for knocking down McIntosh. Nelson's in front, and I think he's got Silverman. And he wants to keep going there. He just took a swing, and that draws the rest of the Blues in. They said enough of this, and that's going to end up being a fight. And Silverman just takes Nelson down. And now he gets up and he's a little bit upset as Nelson took another shot at him.
There as well. Now the referee in conversation with North York's bench. They're watching Willers at the side of the net. Gloves come up and Willers is going to take his man down. Not sure who he's got, but now O'Toole always seems to find a willing dance partner, does he not? This time it's John Mitchell in a spirited tilt, and O'Toole's going to fill him in.
In there and being a little pesky is Ethan Nobes, and he's throwing punches in there. Boy, the second period not over just yet. Ethan Nobes throwing him with Charles Van Haverbeek. I think that one was a little bit instigated by Mr. Nobes. The horn had gone and he threw a shove.
Taken away, and come up ice. Looking for a pass in front of the collision, and Spry goes down, and the Trenton Bulldogs having none of it, and gloves are flying. It's already been testy, and punches are being thrown. And now Barrett Joyce getting in the mix of it, and bombs are flying here at the Duncan McDonald Memorial Community Gardens. As this Trenton Bulldog squad did not like that collision with Spry.
Put a couple points on to show for tonight. And here comes a fight. Here comes Max Anderson and Musayev. And Musayev and Max Anderson both going at it with each other. And a left. And both going at it. And Max Anderson gets some good hits on there on Musayev.
For DeJesus. Knockdown. Ward takes a bump there as Duran comes late, and that's going to draw a crowd. Lewis came in as well. Both officials with their arms up as DeJesus and Ward tied up here. And there they go. It's DeJesus and Ward, the top goal scorer for the Admirals. And Ward, and he drops him down, and a few extra from DeAndre DeJesus.
They're digging away at it. Posey says it. There we go. They're going. That was planned. Windsor, he's had enough. Windsor's got him down, throwing rights and lefts finally. Now we got another one here. Bedlam. Oh, nobody's here to stop this one. These guys are going. Throwing lefts and rights. They're not stopping. Down goes, who's that one in the pile? My goodness, this stuff's not stopping. Here we go. Bellwood throwing punches. Fans are liking this. They're all ready to go. Bellwood still, he's got a jersey over him. He's throwing some shots. Bellwood got his helmet, the jersey over his helmet, throwing hammers. Official steps in.
Hopefully James Henry is okay. You never like to see that. It's a scary incident when a player is in that much pain.
And Solaris is going after Guerra for that
Costello.
So clearly Costello didn't like what Guerra did.
And
oh, that was a
Costello.
big right hook.
Costello with some big shots to Nick Guerra. Chargers go in 3-on-2 into the middle. Oh! Hit! Massive shot, but it's a penalty. Rylan Willers got filled in by Joseph Macchione of all people.
And then Tristan Trummel leveled his man in the corner, and Doherty went to go after him.
I'm not going to lie, that looked like a clean hit, but of course we don't have the luxury of replay.
There's a fight.
Not much of one. The referees are kind of getting in the way of this one.
The referee almost took one in that exchange as well.
Meantime, there's a fight going on behind the play. It's Dimitri Severis getting tangled up. And I can't quite see who the Golden Hawk is. It might be Pipers. I'm trying to see the helmet number.
That looks to be Johnny DeVita that's in there.
Yep.
Was that Kojikaro, I believe, completes the hat trick. Brantford wanted the puck, and for some reason the Chargers took exception as absolutely mugged was Tarsitano down in the corner. Anderson grabbed him, jumped him, put him in a headlock, threw punches.
Played on to McKenna, gets another save there off the shot by Larman.
And now the sticks and fists are up. Here we go.
Something's bubbling over as Schuler and Noah Ladone going in there. Schuler's helmet off, gloves off, and the lines are trying to get in the way of the actual fight there. And
all the goalies are going at it.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness.
McKenna and Fullerton at center ice.
Fullerton's got the edge on size, but McKenna, he's a feisty one. Look at this.
The end of a great game for both these goaltenders. The linesman occupied with another fight, and
McKenna's holding his own.
Went right out there. They're down inside the Halliburton County blue line here now.
McKenna getting a couple of shots in there.
McKenna's not giving up any in the tenacity, and they will separate those two.
And both benches are going bonkers.
And then down to our right, and we'll see if we get through the next 37 seconds.
We may have more coming. Beckett Hinchliff is now going at it.
Hinchliff, who is not the most surprising player to be involved, have been kind of going at him all game long, and
it's
we made it.
Aiden Yard.
They actually didn't even get to restart the clock. Technically, time has not elapsed, and now there's Perot and Marshall
are tied up.
If I'm Marshall, I don't know if I want to go with
now
Perot. Here we go.
Now they're trading punches.
Cage is on. Perot both trying to get each other's helmets off in this process. Didn't even see Hinchliff and Yard. Here go Perot and Marshall. Perot's helmet off. Marshall's still on. Perot with a huge reach advantage at 6'7". Marshall's trying to get inside him there. And Perot will simply just wrestle him to the ice.
And Marshall's not done. He still wants another piece of Perot, but
time expiring here, 25 seconds to play, or 20 seconds to play in the game, and another scrum. Lorzel and D'Souza chucking gloves at each other now.
Get out of the way, ref, let him go.
And Lorzel's firing right hands at D'Souza without a helmet on. Linesman missing a helmet, now D'Souza. They're right in the mix with the linesman as well. It's
like Walsh taking the spot of DeTrani. Got the wrister coming down, and look out here. O'Toole flattens his man right in front of the Charger bench. That brought them to life. He gets up with gloves and helmet off, and he's swinging. Looks like he's got a hold of William Godfrey. And down goes Godfrey, stumbled. They're going to let the scrap continue. Throwing bombs. O'Toole gets back up. And now Godfrey down, and the officials are going to jump in. Welkin instead will pass it to the outside. 2.5 to go here in regulation. Another late hit. Luke McSorley. The gloves are going to come up between him and a couple of Markham players. more racing in and arriving on scene as Benjamin Lalkin gets up throwing bombs. Lalkin and McSorley think is the main event here, and Lalkin wants even more.
Chance and Mueller on the draw. Keller and they're going to drop the gloves. It's Crisp going after Keller. They've dropped the mitts. And Keller has fired Crisp down to the ice. Both just irate with one another right now.
Touches the puck first, but the Cougars are back on it. Caden Harmon, I think he took a stick up high. There's a penalty coming, and I think it's most likely going to go against the Pickering Panthers, but now we have some pushing and shoving after the play. This might result in something more. This is getting heated here. It's English. He's all tied up there, and they're going to go. It's Jesse English going toe-to-toe there with CJ Irwin. And they go to the ground.
Play there by Forlan. He got in the way of the pass as Loeb steps up on low, and now they're going to go at it. Here we go. Lopes with a right. Lopes with another right. Lopes with a tackle. Oh, Lopes from the top rope. Fight night at the pond. Backhand feed, and that's in. And now Connolly wants to go. Roberto following the goal, and Connolly tied up in a hugging match. Helmet off. Connolly wants to get going. Roberto with the right. Roberto with a few rights. Connolly trying to get focus. Connolly still wants to go. Roberto with the right. Roberto throwing rights. Connolly uncorks the right. Connolly with the right. Connolly another right. And down they both go. And see state of mind. You gotta love it.
Now we got a bit of a scrimmage going on here now. And that's going to be Galeazza that's gotten into it.
Looking to lean into a man. Levesque back the other way. Levesque with some speed entering the zone. Bonfield takes his man down. Wera collects. Wera gets nailed by Johnston. And now Johnston in a mix. That looked like a clean hit to me with Johnston. And now Jacob Crisp gets jumped. And it's fight afternoon here. Oh, the mitts are off. Johnston throws his man down. And Johnston with an extra whack. Another fight with Wera and Churchill. Crisp is in a fight. Churchill, he just absolutely destroyed his man. Doesn't even belong on the ice there as Churchill sends Wera into Weatherland. Johnston nails his man. Crisp wins his fight. The scoreboard might be up for the Menace, but they're down 3 on the fight card.
Grabbed by Forney down from behind. He got tugged from behind, and then he got filled in. Heavy check there. Artichok comes back. He'll throw the gloves off, and he's going to go at it. Meantime, there's another fight happening in the same play, or at least there looks to be, between Nichols and Polaris. One glove is off for sure. Wilson now is jousting with somebody as well. That's
all the players as no one can really control it. Rimmer now trying to find it. He gets picked up as we have some action here near the blue line. Franciscetti getting into it. And this is what we saw in the earlier games as Franciscetti down towards the ice.
Shot from a bad angle, and Pack's able to steer that up and out of play, and then jumped in front of the Collingwood bench. I'm not sure who's there. It's Hooten that's getting jumped and again swung at. Now we got another fight breaking out. Trudell is being fought by Wright, and Wright takes him down. Barzell was the one who was punching away at Hooten in front of the Collingwood bench.
Pass, and there's a tussle up here at the other end of the ice. Bramwell and Anderson going at it in the corner here. And we got a fight tonight. Bramwell laying the hands. Anderson getting a couple of shots in there.
Lobbed high over the head of the stationary Caleb Vandevan. Icing is going to be the charge on the JRCs. With under 2 to go, and now Barrett Joyne is ripping the helmet off of Ethan McFarland and going at him. There is a bit of a commotion down inside the JRC zone, and Barrett Joyne, in an act of pure frustration, goes off, falls off, and belts McFarland a couple times, rips the bucket off, and that has a few choice words for Ethan Lindsay. And getting the passes, bouncing in front of Monaco, and Monaco takes a collision in front, and the net will get played off. As there's some pushing and shoving at the end, and gloves are coming off, and a fight is just broken out behind the net of Monaco, and fists are flying. This has finally reached a boiling point. That collision has just been taken on.
Back up for Saperas to Mandarino, who's filled in coming across the blue line. It was Thacker, and Costello came the length of the ice to come and get him. Face masks and gloves off, and Costello gets up and wants to keep throwing.
Minute 20 left to go here in this one. Playing it through their own zone, and players, they're going to start scrapping in the center ice.
McFarland behind the net. Connects with Lopes on the near side. A hit for Dean. And that's a hit by English. Dean not happy. Lopes isn't happy. Here we go. Helmet off. English throwing right. Lopes with a right. Lopes trying to get free. English in with a right. Now Lopes going ham. English with a right. Lopes glove off. English with a right. English with a right. And he takes down Lopes. Oh, what a bout. Lopes came in to defend his teammate.
Second period with almost 2 minutes left. And Stepan takes a slash at Leak, and those two are looking at each other. Stepan wants to have a fight with Leak, and those two are about to drop the gloves. They're wrestling right in front of the Leamington bench. Stepan right on the line change decided to go after Leak as he takes him down to the ice. The linesman trying to separate the two, but they're not allowing it. Stepan still trying to go after him as he finally takes the cage off of Leak and throws it away.
Shot comes in. There's a fight. There's a fight. Marco Costante in a fight. Oh my goodness gracious.
LA coming in with quick. The officials get in. Now Brady and Bouchard are gonna go. On the far side, Bouchard got a right in. Helmet off, gloves off. Rugby tackle Bouchard. Brady throwing a right. Brady got a right in. Now Bouchard with the jersey pull. Bouchard trying to uncork. He comes over the top and he puts it down on the ground. All aboard the Bouch Cruise.
Chow fires it down the ice. And now we got Booze and Panko. They just get back on the ice and they go straight to it. They rip their helmets off, which is good. Panko gets a couple of shots. Booze trying to hold and takes him down. And the both of them will be gone for 5 in a fight.
Coming in, gets that one poke checked away. Still able to get it back and on tip, and Bonesteel able to recover in time and make the save. Oh, and there we go. The gloves have dropped, and Lee and Haverby getting into it. And they are just throwing fists. Both players now separated.
And it's getting chippy off the draw. Lowry just got cross-checked right in the face by Wright. And we got a couple of scraps going on now. Lowry and Wright both have their gloves off. Wright is throwing left, doesn't have his helmet off yet. Lowry still has his gloves on. And now we've got a player mounting another player. Nadeau right on top. Nadeau is still on top of Beckett Ewart, raining down punches. The linesmen are nowhere to be seen. I don't know what is going on here. You simply can't allow that as an official. I don't care if it's your job as a linesman or a referee.
Power play, but other than that, haven't really seen much out of him.
Jakar wins it. Winter wants to go after Colosimo. This is right off the hop they were talking, and he's got his gloves off. Colosimo yet to do the same.
If this isn't a couple of penalties going to Windsor,
And he just ripped his helmet off, too.
because clearly Colosimo was not willing to fight him. He never took his gloves off.
Interesting how this period has gone. Again, the first period it seemed, other than the major, checking from behind. That was the only penalty, and of course I say that, and the gloves are starting to get dropped here as Tayshawn Street is going after his man.
He's usually calm, cool, and collected. And Street's going after him. It's just a mugging here. Street wanted a piece of him. And that's not what you want to see. They separated him.
Soft draw now here, Brock. The Buckland Cup title on the line here.
Draw held outside of the Collingwood zone. Trenton's got a man way over on the near side looking to break in. They can get it to him. They can't get it to him. Pass through the legs. This one's going to go down. The Collingwood Blues are singing an encore here in the OJHL. Back-to-back Buckland Cup champions here in Trenton. They pull out another dramatic one-goal victory to win it